March is Women's History Month, a month to highlight the women past, present, and future who shape our worlds. The White House recently released a proclamation on Women's History Month. It applauded the achievements of Indigenous women, African American women, and suffragists. We want to dive into what this all means and its impact. We want to welcome back Dr. Rosemarie Allen, our 9 News racial equity expert. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning, Corey. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
It is so great to see you. All right, so let's dive right in. How do these separate groups, Indigenous women, African American women, and the suffragists, work together to ensure rights for all women?
You know, while all of these groups have worked valiantly together, historically, they didn't work together as much as we would have liked to see. Actually, we did a lot of work during the women's movement. However, they were pretty much done in silos based on race. For instance, in March, the Women's March that was created in 2017, that the organizers were accused of really being silent on issues such as race, racism, mass incarceration, the high death for Black women, the high death of maternal health. And then there were some accusations of anti-Semitism and accusations that women who were pro-choice were not really welcome.
How has race been an issue in the fight for women's rights?
You know, it has always been an issue. This is the intersection of race and gender. For instance, while many people believe that the 19th Amendment gave all women the right to vote, once that amendment was ratified, it gave white women the right to vote. And it wasn't until the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that Black Indigenous women of color were allowed to vote. And that was pretty unsettling given the fact that they worked so hard for the ratification of the 19th Amendment.
Dr. Allen, were women of color included in the suffrage movement?
Not so much. When you think about the suffrage movement, it was really based on the abolitionist movement, and it was inspired by indigenous practices where they elevated women to leadership positions. For instance, in 1913, 8,000 women marched on Washington, and that was pretty revolutionary at that time. But one of the most critical and visible activists, a Black woman named Ida B. Wells, during that march, she was forced to stay in the back and to march at the end of that march because white women were afraid if she was more visible that they would lose the support of other white people. Now, you know, while we have fought very hard for women's rights, we have not done so together. There's still this deep divide based on race. And I believe that if we can come together for women's rights and elevate the needs of all women, that we'd be much more effective and much more efficient.
That's what I was going to say. Incredible things can happen when we all come together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dr. Allen, always nice to talk to you. So great seeing you, and we're glad to have you back.
Thank you so much. Take care and have a great day.
You too.